She's 12 years old. She's from the Carolinas, and she won this huge competition over a car seat. It's pretty cool. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. On Zoom with us this morning, it is Lydia Denton. I'm so glad you're with us, Lydia. You got up so early on a summer day to spend some time with us. We're so grateful.
Yeah, well, she entered a contest, right, Lydia?
Yes, I did.
Tell us about that contest. Like, where did you see the advertisement for the contest?
Well, since my mom's a science teacher, she loves to engage with students. So she loves to enter all types of competitions.
Mm-hmm.
So on Facebook, and when she searches up fun science competitions, she gets all of these results. And we saw the Sit Go Fueling Education one, and we had an idea, and it sounded like something very fun to do. So we decided we should enter.
And so you had seen, your inspiration was that you had seen some children that were being injured and passing away because they were being left in hot cars, right?
Yes, and it just was very sad for me because it was a problem in the world that could be fixed. And it isn't just neglectful parents. It's something very tragic, and I wanted to fix it.
And you did fix it. I mean, you came together and you developed a car seat that does what?
Well, the car seat it helps protect kids from being and dying in hot cars from being left in them. So what happens is there's a pressure pad, and once a baby over 5 pounds is placed on the car seat, it turns on the whole system because it's sensed by the pressure pad. And then it continuously measures the temperature around the car seat. And if it gets over 102 degrees, then it will text the parent saying, the car seat's getting really hot. You need to come and try to save the baby. And if they don't come within a minute to reset it with the reset button, then it will automatically call 911 with the GPS location of the car seat.
That is so crazy that you came up with this. How long did it take you to develop it?
Well, it took about 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
We had to figure out how to build it and what needed to go into it. Then we actually had to execute that, which took the longest time because it was just trial and error. And you had to look up what you needed to do, how to connect things. We had to order things off of Amazon and try to get things so we could actually build it and be able to make this amazing invention that could save lives.
And then it's going into production, we hope, sometime soon. Do you know anything about that?
Well, we are working with a mentor, me, my brother, and my sister, because after we entered it into the contest, they came together with me to help improve the car seat.
Mm-hmm.
And so we are seeing a mentor, and he's helping us better the invention by trying to replace some parts with more reliable parts. And he's also helping us try to get a patent or a license for the car seat.
How amazing is that? And you won a big sum of money. How much?
$20,000.
What are you doing with it?
Well, we're saving most of it for college, and since my brother and my sister, after we entered the contest, helped with it, I thought it would be really nice to split the money with them, and we each got to go on a $100 spending spree, but the rest is going away for college and helping the car seat getting better and other inventions to come.
Good for you. That's amazing. What'd you get with your $100?
Well, I bought myself a smartphone because my old one was pretty much a brick.
And you needed a new phone anyway to maybe keep all your notes for your next invention, right?
Yes, I guess so.
She's like, give me just a second to breathe, lady.
Lydia, you are amazing. We are so proud of you. You have inspired so many people, and so glad that you spent some time with us on His Radio this morning.
His Morning Crew.
You know, people are bored when they have to go through every single year and clarify the hairstyle of the year that you were born. Seriously, someone did this. It's Rob Lizz, his morning crew on his radio.
Going back to the year I was born, it was the mop top, which to me is a nice way of saying the bowl cut. It's horrible.
But the mop cut was like a big hunk of hair at the top, and then the little bowl kind of yeah.
It's like real thick and real high, and just it's not good.
So I was born in 1967.
Okay.
Sorry, I just dated myself,
That's
and now
okay.
you think I'm an old guy that sits in a
not at
rocking chair.
Not at all.
But short and natural was the one that they clarified
Okay.
for my year that I was born as the hairstyle.
So I was the year after, so evidently it's growing out a little bit by the time it got to me. I don't know.
So when the station started in 1983,
Yeah.
when his radio was born in 1983, it was the wrap-up.
The wrap-up.
The wrap-up.
Okay. I don't even know that hairstyle.
That's
really.
the one where if I had to say a name of a celebrity, that was Madonna, and she had the hair all
yes.
wrapped in this,
Like a bandana.
kind of a
Okay.
sort of thing.
All right. When Ian in our video department was born, it was the Britney Spears
I was wrong.
pigtails.
Can I back
What?
up? I was
Yeah.
wrong. It was Brooke Shields. It was the girl,
Girl next door.
Wrap up was when my son was born in 85.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the girl next door is 1983, the Brooke Shields. I love that look. She can carry it very, very well. But Ian in our video department, it was the pigtails. And then let's see, 1986 was the year I graduated. Was the crimp.
Really?
It's terrible. It's so bad. They tried to sell those again like a couple of years ago, where
I don't even know that hairstyle.
You
I
have to-
cannot visualize it or picture it.
well, you have to buy a certain tool. You know, there's straightening irons. This was like a crimping iron, so you're basically burning your hair into a crimp.
I think I know what you're talking about.
It looks like you put your head in a waffle iron. That's all I can say.
Now I know
Yeah.
exactly what you're talking
It's just
about.
not good.
Oh my! Talking about hairstyles when
Yeah.
you were born,
Yeah.
somebody went through this, and so we're kind of doing it.
Yeah.
When my son was born, Spencer, in 2001, it was the fan piece made famous by the Olsen twins when they were kids.
Okay. And I totally see that then. All right. Let's see. When TJ in our video department was born, it was 1990. It was the Princess Diana Royal short cut, which I loved that hairstyle. I wasn't cool enough to carry that off, or regal enough maybe, but
Real.
yeah, I like it. We got a text from Tammy, and she said she was born in 1962, the bouffant.
What is that?
Oh, that's like really high and teased and lots of hairspray. I don't
That's a
think
lot.
it wouldn't have moved in the wind. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, that's a big one.
So they were certainly bored when they came up with all of this,
yeah.
right?
His morning crew.
Started talking about hairstyles from the year that you were born. All of a sudden, we start hearing, hey, you should see the hairstyle when my mom and dad were born. It's Rob Lizz, his morning crew on his radio.
Tammy said the bouffant. Now, this was her mom, and she didn't have a picture of her mom with the bouffant, but she sent us, kind of a description of it. But she said all the pictures of her mom. I don't know if her mom was embarrassed by the bouffant. I think my mom is, because she had the same hairstyle, but I'm deep down in a chest somewhere.
I'm trying to picture it. Isn't it like a beehive kind of a
It
thing
is
where it was really high hair?
Very high. Like it's almost like they straighten it, and then they curl it, and then they tease it, and then they tuck it, and then they spray it, and it's just too much
You
work.
totally lost me.
It's
I
too
don't
much.
know what you're talking about.
All the
now.
women listening are like, "Yes, girl, I know what you're talking about," but I don't know. I was embarrassed. I had a somewhat of a mullet, and then I had a style.
Can I ask you a question?
What?
How do you have somewhat of a mullet?
It was modified.
How do you modify a mullet? What did you do?
Oh, I went to a bad place for a haircut. They modified.
Was it mom?
No, it was just not a place. Yeah, it wasn't good. But I have really super thick wavy hair, and a mullet doesn't work.
No.
Not at all. And then I had a rat tail. A rat tail.
You
Did I
had a
say
rat
that?
tail?
I had a rat tail. I had a very short cut with a perm. Oh, that's just tragic. And then a rat tail that came out of the perm.
Mm-hmm. That's the way
terrible.
it was.
What
Yeah.
about you?
Ian's one of our producers.
Yeah.
And Ian, you said you had purple hair. What's this?
Yes, it was only about a year ago. I've just been wanting to experiment with different hair colors, and I ended up having some like bright purple hair. And
I'm sorry.
I ain't gonna lie, I liked it, and I might end up doing it again. I might just do it.
Okay. You do that on vacation.
Please
And then wash it out.
make sure it's brown when you come back or whatever color.
Yeah, exactly. There's a popular show that's on Netflix. I'm not even going to name it because I don't like the show, but
Yeah.
I had the dude's hairstyle back in the
Did you?
80s,
And now-
late 80s.
I've got to find it. What show?
I'm
what
not.
character?
I'm not going to say because you'll know exactly what it is.
Yeah, I need to know this.
The dude's in prison.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Such a good thing that Philip was walking by this one apartment building that was on fire because there was people that needed to jump.
Yeah.
It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. Yeah, so much so. How old was the little guy?
3.
3 years old. Had to be Peter Panned out the window. And all of a sudden, Philip comes running as he sees the kid. I mean, he must have been 25 yards away.
Oh, sure.
As this child, 3 stories up, was being tossed out the window to save his life.
Ugh, cold chills.
And the guy just runs in there like a football player and catches the young boy and then walks away
You know what?
with him in his arms.
He is a football player.
I know, isn't that crazy?
No, he was a wide receiver in high school and in college. What I take away from the video that I saw is there was a guy waiting there to catch this kid, and Philip was like, "No, I can make a better catch." From across the road, basically, comes running up in the nick of time as the kid falls.
Yeah, because the other guy missed.
Yeah.
But Philip dove and caught him, and it was amazing. Oh, absolutely amazing. Plus, he's a vet. He has served our country.
12 different countries.
Yeah, just traveled the world and served our country and protected us, you and me. And here he is, just like nobody, just coming out of there, boom, and catches him just like that. Last time I read this, he was looking for the family.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't know who the family is. He
No.
doesn't know who this young man is, this little toddler is that he saved from, jumping out of that window. Or his mom just dropped him.
Yeah.
Hopeful that somebody would catch him.
Yeah.
So he wants to be involved in the family's life and help them along the way a little bit.
And I think it would be huge, not just to see a hero the day it happened, but the mom actually didn't make it out of that fire. And so there's a sister and this little boy. And for Philip to be part of their life and take on that role would be amazing.
Yeah, by now they might have been able
I
to.
hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too. So we'll see how all that comes. Philip, you are a superhero, man. Thank you.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I don't know if you've seen these signs yet or not, but I saw one, and it basically says something like this. Due to a shortage of coins for the Federal Reserve, please pay with exact change or card. It's Rob and Liz on his radio.
Yeah, we took the boys for ice cream last night, and we're going through the drive-thru. I knew we were going to talk about this morning, and they had, due to COVID-19, we are on a coin shortage. Please pay with exact change, or just like you said, a debit card. Thank you from the management.
There's more and more of these signs up.
Yeah, and I've heard either they're rounding down or rounding up, so that if you don't have any change, if it comes to $7.10, you pay them $7. If it comes to $7.90, you pay them $8. So they're trying to make it up that way. So
They are. I mean, that's really tough because the Mint had to social distance.
obviously, so they're not making new coins.
Yeah, and so there's a shortage of these coins.
But it feels like when I do the laundry, there's no shortage of coins. I find them constantly.
Well, you can recycle those
Oh,
at a
well,
laundromat,
sure.
right?
Well, no, I'm saying like at home, they just kind of fall out. I keep a little bucket.
Oh, when you do the laundry at your house.
Yes, in the laundry room. And so when I have change that falls, or the boys haven't cleaned out their pockets or whatever, I just take it and put it in this bucket.
I wonder if that would help out a business. Like if you rolled all that stuff up and then brought it to a business and say, hey, here's $1 worth of quarters.
Yeah.
And they give you $1.
But and people do that, like at grocery
Banks.
stores and banks.
Yeah.
But you can go in and dump your coins, and then it gives you paper dollars. So are those going back out into the system? Like, I wonder how that's all
I don't know.
working.
Why don't you go ask?
No, you do.
Yeah, there's a grocery store up the road. It's about a mile away.
But they're not the people who manage the little coin taker backer.
The coin taker backer.
That's
Is
my
that
word.
what that's called?
That's my word for it.
You can go off to a coin taker
Taker-backer.
backer and get yourself all taken care
I've
of
coined
right
the
there.
phrase.
His morning crew.
So there's a new Peter Pan movie coming out.
Another one.
I know
How many do they have?
I know of, if you count the Disney one, I know of 3 or maybe 4.
You have to count that. So you have the original
right.
animation from
Yes.
Disney, and then there's Hook
Yeah.
with Robin Williams.
Yeah, in there. Well, then you also have another Disney one that had the fox and the. You know which one I'm talking about?
Fox and the Hound?
No, there's a fox who plays Peter Pan or something like that. I don't know. It's good.
Well, there's another. Yeah, there is
Yes,
that one.
yes.
I remember that one. I can't
Yeah.
remember what in the world it's called. And now they're going to do another one?
They
How many
are.
remakes can you have of something?
Well, I think as long as they get better, it's okay.
No.
It's just I don't think I'm down with who they're talking about playing Captain Hook. And I like him in certain things, but they're talking about Jude Law.
I could see him play that.
I don't know.
He's not a Dustin Hoffman
no, that's
who was Hook and Hook.
Yes, that played Hook. He played Hook in Hook. Yes, he did. And he was so good. Jude Law, I don't know. I think Johnny Depp honestly might have been a better choice.
I would see him as a pirate.
Exactly. He's got the pirate thing down.
Yeah.
And, he's a little greasy.
I think too many people would think Pirates of the Caribbean.
Maybe, possibly.
Yeah?
But I just see him as forever a pirate. Jude Law, I can only think of Captain Marvel recently with Jude Law. Yeah, he was in Captain Marvel.
Oh, he was in it, but he's not Captain Marvel.
No, that's a woman. So yeah, no, he's the bad guy.
Okay.
Spoiler, sorry.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, so now I don't have to watch it. Thank you very much.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Did you have to do a senior project in high school?
I wish I could say yes,
Yeah.
but I'm a dropout
That-
because I was a homeless kid.
Well, I did not.
Sorry for being a Debbie Downer.
No, not at all. I was just thinking back. I didn't have to do senior projects. I don't even know. Anyway, there is a girl in California that for her senior project, she's doing something pretty amazing. She's a survivor of domestic violence. She grew up in a home that was just surrounded in domestic violence.
That's horrible.
I know. She's taking that tragedy and trying to do something good out of it. So what she's doing, because of COVID-19 and the quarantine and everything, there are domestic violence shelters that can't accept clothing. So she can't do that. She started trying to figure out, how can I give back? She said, well, what I can do is try to find some of these items that they are having a real hard time coming by, like cleaning supplies and hygiene products and things like that. Paper products, paper towels, toilet paper, the same things that we're having a hard time finding. She is taking donations as her senior project to have donated to these shelters.
Good for her.
I think so too. Her name is Aubriana, and she said everything that they're collecting is going to go to an organization that's called Weave that's in California. It's a provider of crisis intervention services for survivors. So they give them temporary sheltering, they give them counseling services and things like that. So she's really helping them fill a need.
I'm glad she's doing what she's doing.
I am too.
And taking a horrible thing that she's gone through.
And she deserves an A.
Yeah, she does. We'll give her one.
Yeah.
You get an A, girl.
Mornings with Rob and Liz.
Have you ever been into a store, grocery store, and there's like a guard outside just to make sure everybody, like even when you're going into, say, Walmart, there's somebody out there, they've got an iPad, they're keeping track of how many people are walking in.
Oh, because of COVID.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay, I know what you're talking
And
about.
then there's other stores, maybe a more high-end store that has a guard either outside or just inside the door. Anyway, they're just making sure everything's, cool with everybody when they come in and out. Well, in Scotland, for whatever reason, they have a guard outside of a grocery store. He's been there for a good long while.
Security guard.
Kind of like a security guard, right. I don't know that he carries a gun or anything like that. He's just there to take care of people, right? So in Scotland, he made news because for a good long while a dog's owner was inside grabbing her groceries, he held an umbrella over the dog.
Oh, very nice of him.
Isn't that That's sweet.
Because it must have been raining outside.
It was
Yeah.
pouring down rain. So instead of covering his own head and being soaked in the rain, he put it over the top of the dog. Now, he knows the dog. He knows the family because they live right around the corner from the grocery store, and they come in pretty often. And the owner of the dog, whose name is Freddie, golden retriever, super cute, they know each other, and so he's always nice to us. He's super nice, goes out of his way to help us. But he held the umbrella over the dog's head for, who knows, 20, 30 minutes, something like that.
Well, that was nice of him.
Yeah, while the owners were inside. And she said, he's always nice. She put it out on social media, Instagram, Twitter, or whatever, about what he had done. So then he weighed in and he said, well, I guess I made some people happy this week. I just thought that was very sweet.
Very nice.
That he would do that. And then it did make people happy. Like 200,000 people have seen this.
Does it make you smile?
It makes me smile that he would do this for little Freddie.
It warms the bottom of my heart.
It's a great way to start your day.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I don't know if vacation hits for you and Myrtle Beach is the destination. You're kind of sticking around the Carolinas. It's Bike Week.
Yeah.
This week
Oh,
in Myrtle
wow.
Beach. So they moved it, number one. So this is the new date, and they're going on with it. So it's happening, the 81st annual Biker Week in Myrtle Beach.
81st?
Yeah, they've been doing this for 81 years.
Seriously? Oh, wow.
Yeah, you should see the guy who was at the first one.
Yeah? Is he still on a bike? He's 120, but he's still on a bike.
He's still going strong. Come on, everybody. He's got his cane and all that stuff.
He's in the sidecar.
Yeah.
That's where he is.
It could be. I don't know. But this is the week, and so they still have a lot of things that are planned. I'm sure social distance is going to be the thing. I was curious, and so
Hopefully.
I went to the website.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything that said anything about social distancing.
Oh.
But we're talking Myrtle Beach, and so, the officials are going to
mandate
make sure.
is in
Yeah, there's a
order,
lot
yeah.
of stuff that anybody would have to abide by.
Yeah, my
when it comes
cousin
to that.
usually goes. She and her husband head down for Bike Week.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't heard them. I haven't seen on social media where they've said they are going, but I would think they would
It
social
starts
distance.
today.
Yeah, she's
So-
a nurse, so I'm sure she is going to be socially distanced if they go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of bikers with masks.
And it's no different than, I guess, a bandana and that they might usually wear, right, while they're riding.
Well, that's usually on the head.
Well, that's a do-rag, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know.
Isn't a bandana and a do-rag pretty much the same thing?
Yeah. If you're cool, you say a do-rag. If you're not, maybe you say
Okay.
a bandana, which is why I
Well,
say bandana. I'm not cool.
Yeah. Well, then I'm cool. Do-rag.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I'm sorry, I haven't had one yet. I have not tried the Popeyes chicken sandwich.
I haven't either.
That big whole craze that they had, what was that, 6 months ago?
Yeah.
There's that whole debate. and
Right.
I don't want to call it, well, maybe friendly war or
Yeah, chicken
competition with the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich and
Right.
the Popeyes chicken sandwich. I've never tried the Popeyes one.
I haven't either. And every time I would pass, then the line was just wrapped around the building, around into the
Run
street.
out of it.
They ran out of it. Like, I didn't understand
I'm
that.
like, what is that? Is that a part of the marketing? Well, anyway, now they're coming out possibly with another one. They're testing the barbecue version of it.
Yeah. And it's like $2 more expensive.
What? For a
this
little
thing?
bit of sauce?
Well, no, they added bacon and they added cheddar, I guess the original chicken sandwich.
It's that much more for bacon,
I'm not
barbecue
even-
sauce, and cheese?
I don't even know, but yeah. So they're testing it out in Denver right now, and the original
Oh, yeah,
cost
the barbecue capital of the world. Denver, Colorado.
Kentucky or
Yeah.
South Carolina, North
North
Carolina,
Carolina,
Georgia,
come on.
whatever. But $3.99 is the original cost. This one with the bacon and the cheese, $5.49. So
I'm out.
yeah, I'm kind of out too. And then you can get some sort of meal for like $7.60, and it includes a biscuit. And I was like, that's a lot of bread.
Why another
Bread.
carb?
I didn't know.
You already got fried chicken
And the
bread.
bun and the bacon and the. Now it sounds really good. It really does.
Well, yeah, you mash all that stuff together.
I
It's
know.
got to be good. If
Yeah.
it's unhealthy, it tastes great.
Exactly.
Right? Just turns out to be that way. So if it passed the barbecue capital of the world test,
Yeah.
Denver, Colorado,
Whatever.
we'll see if it comes around here.
His morning crew.
You probably already know, going on some of the airplanes, got to wear a mask the entire flight. There's one airline, Qatar Airline, that's not only just going to ask you to wear a mask, they're going to ask you to wear a full face shield.
What?
And the gloves that go along with them.
I get the gloves, the face shield. I don't have one.
The whole, don't worry, they got a whole kit for you.
Oh, okay.
So if you don't have your own face shield, and who really does, right? They will give you the gloves, the mask, hand sanitizing wipes in the little packages, and the face shield.
Well, I mean, that's nice that they're putting that all together. So before you get on the plane, they just hand you all this stuff, and you suit up, and then you go in.
That's a good way to put it.
You do.
Suit up. It's almost like you're going to space.
Yeah, or war. I mean, it does sound like that. But Qatar is expensive, just so you know.
So
I'll tell you that.
They can afford to give you the little supplies.
I hope they give it to you, but Qatar's the one. I can't afford to fly Qatar, but they have like the little pod that you sleep in, evidently.
Oh, they do.
I think that's the airline.
Sounds
I'm
like you've
of.
been on one, because
No.
I've never been on that airline in my life.
No, I've never. I just see them. You know, it always comes up when you're searching for flights. Qatar comes up and it's triple cost of anything else. But
Well, it makes me think, if they're doing this,
Yeah.
when are the other airlines going to start switching to this?
I don't
Because you
know.
are awfully close in those seats. They're tiny seats.
Yeah.
There's no way to 6 feet distance.
There's no way.
Especially, and I know a lot of airlines are like, no middle seat. So at least you have the comfort of nobody in between you now.
it's still.
But that's still a tight fit.
What is it? 2 feet from the other person. If there's nobody in the middle, that's still only 2 feet separation. If that,
I don't even think it's that.
Probably not, because they're tight quarters.
They are.
There was a guy, we were on a flight, and there was a guy, he had to have been like 6'7" next to me. Just a big, naturally big guy. And I was like the whole time just like a tight little compartment.
I'm a big guy. And when I was a bigger guy, I really felt bad for people that saw me walking down, because you see the look and they're like, no, not him. Please, no. It's going to be a tight fit.
No.
Don't sit next to me.
But we don't have to worry about that right now because they're trying to social distance. I had heard that the middle seat was vacated on one of the airlines, and then they went back on that, and they were still stacking them.
Oh, no. So now I'm
Three,
still
so-
going to be that guy that people go, oh, no, not the big guy.
No,
Please.
you're not the big guy.
Mornings with Rob and Liz.
So sad. When weddings are affected by COVID-19, Liz's daughter's wedding was affected by all of this near the very
Right.
beginning, but it was a good wedding,
Yeah, it
which was good.
End of March in the backyard.
Yeah. See, they didn't have to go anywhere.
Nope.
Their own backyard, although they wish they could have gone somewhere.
we had
Made
9
the best
people.
of it.
Yeah.
It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. And not only was Liz's daughter's wedding affected by this, but evidently there was royalty that was affected by this.
Yeah, so there's been several royal weddings that have been postponed. Princess Eugenie, her wedding was postponed, I guess, until sometime next year.
I don't even know who that is.
That's like Harry's cousin. Prince Harry's cousin.
Okay.
So there you go. All right. But this is Princess Raya of Jordan.
Okay.
They were supposed to have a big, lavish royal wedding, you know, like get up at 5 a.m. in the morning and watch it here across the pond. Not this one. 3 people were there. 3 people.
That's it.
In addition to, of course, herself and her fiance. So they had the minister, and then they had just those very few guests. But her fiance is Ned Donovan, and he is from England. So she's from Jordan. He's from England. They met and went to England to have the ceremony. And they basically sat through the whole thing. She still had her very lavish and beautiful wedding dress and all of that. And they had a photographer on hand. Ned's family is from England, but they're going to be living in the U.S. because she goes to UCLA.
Oh, does she really?
Yeah, she's trying to get her PhD. Also, and I think Ian may correct me if I'm wrong.
That's one of our producers.
Yes. Ned, the fiance, his grandfather is Roald Dahl, who wrote Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, he did write Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Yeah.
Did I say his first name right? Roald?
Roald Dahl. I mean, your guess
Yeah.
is as good as mine as far as
Okay.
that one goes.
So anyway, it's all these neat little tie-ins. So his grandfather wrote Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and Matilda. So they're royalty in many different ways.
Yeah, they are, aren't they?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But
Well, I'm glad they
3
tied
people.
the knot.
Yeah.
That's a huge wedding crowd, huh?
Exactly.